Favorite part of being Nen Daiko member? All of the before, camaraderie, the bonding with people, honing an art form that I'm not myself familiar with. It's an exposure to a different culture, Japanese culture. There's also the connection with the other taiko groups in the United States, which has become like a very recent thing with this Taiko Fest, Sakura Taiko Fest. We get to meet all these different people that you normally wouldn't. Yeah, it's and then of course we do a lot of food, so I'm sure a lot of people will point to that too. I'm no different. I like the getting together actually, and being friends outside of performing and bonding over a hamburger.
Playing taiko, learning from each other. A lot of the members have different backgrounds, different experiences, so we learn from each other. And when the piece comes together, it's such a fun, satisfying feeling. Just hanging out with them and getting to meet other taiko groups as well.
Hanging out with the group. It's really like when people ask me what my hobbies are, this is my main hobby. This is where I spend most of my time outside of work, and when I'm not with family, it's here with the group. And so it's the social aspect, it's the practicing, it's playing together, and it's really the social environment I think that I enjoy the most.
So my favorite part is twofold. One is Nen Daiko is part of my home, it's part of my family, right? So that family piece, just how much we laugh together, how much we eat together and laugh together all at the same time, right? We enjoy playing the art of taiko, but mostly we enjoy playing it together. So that certainly that family piece of it. And it's also, we talk about Nen Daiko and Buddhist taiko as being a practical application of the Dharma. I truly feel that, and every time we talk about Buddhist taiko, it gives me another chance to revisit those concepts and how they present in the art of taiko. So that is truly one of my favorite things.
I don't know if it's necessarily a venue, but performing and like playing at Obon, at Ekoji, as well as Seabrook, I think it's like nostalgic, and it's a lot of hard work that goes into it, but it's definitely one of my favorites because it's something we all put in the work and effort for, and when we're all at Seabrook, it's an opportunity for everybody to come together. And I remember when we were kids, and after we had packed everything up and closed up, my sister and I would be like chasing fireflies out in like the parking lot at Seabrook, and we would see how many we could catch before we had to release them and all pack up and go to our hotel room. So that's definitely a really fond memory I have.
So my favorite part of being a Nen Daiko member is it's really any moment where we make eye contact. And that happens in lots of performances, but I just love that moment where we're looking at each other with a lot of joy and excitement that we are experiencing this moment together. And one time in particular where this was extra special for me was in 2017. Nen Daiko performed at the North American Taiko Conference, and it was a huge honor. We worked super hard to get ourselves ready for this, and during the performance we were down in the bowels of the theater in the green room, and we were in a room that there was no windows, and we decided that to help calm our nerves and to come together as a group, that we would sing together the song that we were going to play in the performance. And we don't do a lot of songs where we sing, so this had taken a lot of guts to get that together. And so when we started to sing, we all stood in a circle and everybody's voices came, and it was just so beautiful, and the acoustics of the room, and the way I could hear each person individually, but also the way it all came together, which is so in the spirit of taiko. And that moment is probably my favorite moment ever as a Nen Daiko member.
So I have so many favorite ones, and I think
way back in the day, we used to be able to play on the tidal basin in front of the Jefferson Memorial. So they would set up a stage and people would sit on the steps of the memorial and watch the performances. And it was so beautiful because then you'd have the paddle boats behind you. They'd paddle up and watch the performance from the back. And then all the people kind of surrounding us. And one of those performances, it was really, really cold, but the sakura were out. And so as we were playing, it started to snow very lightly. It was just snowing, little flurries, and then the sakura were also sort of falling down because it was windy. So then you have this idea that in that moment it just felt like it was the true epitome of impermanence, because you could see both of them looked very similar, the snow, the sakura, and everything is fleeting, right, in our lives. And so it just made me really appreciate the beauty of the moment, and the luck or the serendipity of being able to be in a place that's so historically monumental, but also, right, like we live through these moments in ways that are indescribable sometimes, and it happens a lot in many of our performances, partly maybe just because of the performance itself or the venue or the people we're playing for, but I feel so lucky to have these types of moments.
The drumming's really fun, but the people are great too. It's just the vibe, I guess. Playing music with great people.